This video centers around a young girl, Ma Thein, also known as Kalamagyi, who tragically lost her life in a horrific train accident in 1966. But what's truly intriguing is the series of events that followed, events that seemed to suggest she had been reincarnated. Born to a different family with similar physical deformities, she not only recalled details of her past life, but also recognized her former family and friends. What does this story reveal about reincarnation, memory, and the strange imprint of past lives on the body? Watch this video to the end as we explore this mysterious case, raising questions about the unseen laws that may govern such extraordinary occurrences. Before we continue, if you have not done so, remember to like, comment on this video, subscribe to our channel for more captivating stories, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. Takkan is a fairly small town in Burma, Myanmar, which is situated directly on the main Rangoon-Mandalay railway line. Most of the trains stop at this station, and many locals, most of them women and children, use this opportunity to sell water, fruit, various foods and other things to the passengers through the open windows. They usually stand on the platform or on the central rail track. Two women, Da and Ki, and the slightly younger Da Ngui Ki were good friends. Both of them sold water to the passengers. The former woman had a 16-year-old daughter who on August 19, 1966, was selling red roses from the central track, which ran between the two lines bordering the platforms. This girl was called Ma Thein, and due to her dark skin color, she had given herself the nickname Kalamagyi. Her mother was also there working from one of the platforms. On that particular day, the pointsman was unable to shift the rails for the oncoming train because they had become jammed. So the train continued along the central rail instead of running along the track alongside the platform as usual. Kalamagyi was standing on the central track oblivious to any danger, since she knew from experience that the incoming train would switch to the other track on its way in. The man operating the point saw her and shouted at her to get off the track, but it was too late and the train hit her. When the train stopped, the lower part of her right leg was found several meters away from the rest of her body. It had to be retrieved in parts from under the wheels. Her parents later buried the pieces in the family grave. Shortly after this, a friend of Kalamagyi's mother had a dream in which she saw Kalamagyi standing before her completely healed, saying, "I will come back to be with you." In the dream, the woman answered, "How could you come to me? You were run down by a train." Not long after, she again dreamt of Kalamagyi, who now begged to be granted the wish to be reborn as her daughter. Finally, the woman agreed and told several neighbors about the dreams, which had occurred about 2 months before she became pregnant. Kalamagyi also appeared to her former mother in a dream and told her that she owed a certain woman some money. Another woman whom she mentioned in the dream also owed Kalamagyi money that her mother was to ask for. When she went to the woman to discuss this outstanding debt, the woman said that Kalamagyi had already appeared to her to remind her of this. On July 26, 1967, Mrs. Da Ngui Ki gave birth to a girl who was given the name Ma Thein. The lower part of her right leg was missing. Her hands too had deformities. Her left thumb was a mere stump. The mother knew immediately that this girl was Kalamagyi, who had appeared in the dream, asking to be reborn as her daughter. Even in her early years, she began to call herself Kalamagyi. When she was 3, she told her uncle that this was her name and that a train at the station had killed her. She also told a relative the name of her previous father. One of her aunts wanted to test just how much she would remember of her previous life by reminding her of the roses she had given her to sell from Kalamagyi's mother's field on the day of the accident. The little girl then corrected her, telling her where the roses had really come from. This was correct, as her aunt then confirmed. When the 3-year-old accompanied her mother to the train station, she saw her previous mother among the saleswomen and called out to her, "Mother." This woman then took the little girl, who hopped on one leg or crawled on all fours, home and showed her some family photographs. The little girl called each person portrayed by name, even using nicknames that she had given them when she was Kalamagyi. At another meeting, she recognized her uncle and a brother from her past. She addressed them both with their correct names. Since both families knew each other, and her old family totally accepted her as the fatally injured Kalamagyi, she spent much time with them. Her 2 houses were only 350 meters apart. When she was about 4 years old, she expressed a wish to go and visit her father from her past life, who now lived in a different part of the town. When she was taken there, she immediately recognized him and wanted to hug him and sit on his lap. As time went by, the one-legged girl could even recall what it had been like after her death. Apparently, she had been trapped at the scene of her accident for some time, but had also been witness to her body parts being buried at her funeral. She insisted that one of her legs had not been accounted for. The truth of this matter could not be proven. When asked at which point in time she had decided to be born to her present mother, she answered, "I already knew her very well and had often watched her selling water, and one day I followed her home." Ma Thein too had a great fear of trains as a child. Even just going near railway lines frightened her. Another peculiarity she had in common with Kalamagyi was that she refused to eat pork. When Dr. Stevenson visited the 13-year-old in 1980, she was walking on crutches. She confided in him that she still had the wish to live with her past family. When asked how she explains the fact of her deformities and her left thumb missing, she replied, "I lost these a long time ago when the wheels of a train rolled over me." Her memories of being Kalamagyi were still relatively clear. When Dr. Stevenson again visited her 4 years later, she only had vague memories of her former life. Meanwhile, she had been fitted with an artificial limb that enabled her to move around freely. Do you find it strange how such impaired limbs, or even limb amputations, can imprint themselves on the body of a person when reborn? What as yet undiscovered laws are behind all this? Who or what decides why a reincarnated person must return to this world with such marks of recognition, whilst another person, after having died a gruesome death with the loss of limbs, is born with a perfect body? Are these laws also governed by karma? If you have not done so, remember to like, comment on this video, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell so that you can immediately be notified of any new video for you to enjoy.